Hey, good morning, FBC kids. How are you today? This is Miss Ellen. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully you got a chance to look at the video from last week. We talked about new creations, and this week I was wondering what God was going to give me today, and so I woke up with lots of questions. Lots of questions. Like, I was listening and it was raining. I said, God, how much longer is it going to rain? It's rained almost every day. I feel like it's rained. And I said, God, when is it going to warm up? It's kind of cold outside and it's supposed to be like spring, and I want to plant my garden and it's a little too chilly to plant it quite yet. So God, when is it going to warm up? And then I was thinking, well, God, when is this virus going to go away so we can see our church family? I miss them so much. When is this going to go away so we can leave our houses and we can go and spend time with our friends? I know that some of you probably are thinking the same thing because you've seen your moms and dads. They've probably been leaving the house with masks on to go to the grocery store, and maybe you haven't even left your house. Maybe you have not been able to go out either, and you've been stuck at home and been able to play in your yard, hopefully. But I have all these questions. God, why? When is this going to stop? And then God started to remind me that He's got it all under control. That He is a pretty big God, you know? And so He reminded me about the story of David and Goliath, where David, who was a young boy, he went to check on his brothers who were fighting in an army against this giant Goliath. He was so much bigger. Even the whole army was shaking. You could hear the shaking in their armor. And David wasn't scared. He had God on his side. He knew that God would protect him, and he went up to that giant with just some stones and a slingshot, and he won. And then God reminded me about the time that Moses was called to help his people. And he went and he was delivering them out of Egypt from slavery. And then they came to the big sea, a big body of water. And they were cornered. Pharaoh and all of his chariots were coming. And he didn't know what was going to happen. God did. God parted that sea, so those Israelites, Moses and his people, could walk on the bottom of the sea and to the other side. And do you know what happened to the chariots? The water came crashing down on them. God had saved Moses and his people from Pharaoh and all of the Egyptian soldiers. And then I was reminded about the story where these fishermen, they had been fishing all day long and they didn't catch anything. Not a thing. They were ready to give up. And someone called from the seashore and said, "Throw your nets on the other side." I kind of a feeling that maybe they might have wanted to ignore that person because they had been fishing all day. There was nothing there. "Throw your net to the other side." One of them listened, and they did. And look what happened. Look at all of those fish. There were so many fish that they had to call in other boats to help them pull the net up. Jesus did that. He was showing them His power. Pretty cool, right? And then there was a time where the disciples and Jesus were in a boat. There were so many people gathered on the seashore to listen to Jesus preach. And they got into a boat. And they went out to sea. And a storm came. And the disciples got scared. They were scared. It wasn't too big for Jesus. He told that storm to calm, and it did. He showed His power to the disciples that He was able to calm the storm. Right? Look, here's a cartoon version of it. Look how scared they are. And then Jesus calms the storm. It's all peaceful now. So, I have a verse in the Bible, and then I have a little song to teach you. It's a song that I have taught in some schools in Ghana with Miss Lisa, and even when we went back to Ghana this past February, the kids in that school, they still remembered that song, and that was a few years ago. So my verse is in 1 Peter, whenever my Bible wants to get there. Do you guys know the books of the Bible and how to get there? There's a song that you can learn, so probably a good time to learn it. Maybe we'll do that another time, right? All right, 1 Peter chapter 5. Let's see, here we go. Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. Mighty, that's a big word. That he may exalt you in due time, casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. Basically, if you're worried about something, if there's something that all your cares, all your needs, casting them upon Jesus. He cares for you. Give them all to him. Tell him about what you were wondering. I'm wondering, God, when are you going to stop the rain? God, when are you going to bring the warm weather so we can go outside and enjoy it and have a garden? God, when are you going to stop this virus so we can spend more time with our church family and get back to somewhat of a normalcy? But he reminds me that I just need to cast my cares upon him and know that he cares for me. And he is mighty. You guys ready for that song? All right. So it's called My God is So Big. Okay, you ready? So it's got hand motions. All right, so it's My God is so big. Can you go like this? Big. All right, my God is so big, so strong. Show your muscles. And mighty. The other muscle. There you go. Just like that. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are his, the rivers are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and maybe you can teach your parents the song you just learned, okay? All right, we love you. Have a wonderful day, and make sure you remember everyone in your prayers, those that are sick and not feeling good, your teachers, your classmates, even your parents. Everything is so different right now for everyone, so just remember even your parents in your prayers, okay? We love you.